Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a really great weekend so far. Today is Saturday as of when I am recording this video, and you guys know who are regulars on my channel that I typically channel collective readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And obviously, this video is falling outside of those usual times and days. And that is because I've really been feeling guided to come on to offer a bit more energetic guidance and support than usual for our collective because the energies are extremely intense right now. There is a lot of heaviness around this solar eclipse that is occurring on Monday, the 8th. So we are really heading into that eclipse energy, and I know that many of you are feeling it in very intense ways. So I am setting the intention that through this video, I can provide a little bit of support, comfort, confirmation, or guidance for you along your soul's path at this moment. Now, of course, time doesn't exist at the level of energy. What this means is that whenever you have aligned with this video on your current timeline, whether that's around the time of it being posted or several weeks, months, or even years in the future, know that there are no coincidences or accidents in the universe. And whenever you've come across this video, it's more than likely there is some kind of message here for you. Now, a major theme coming up around this solar eclipse is transmutation and specifically embracing your power as the alchemist of your life. Today, earlier in the day, I was feeling really weighted down by the heaviness of the energy, and I know that many of you have been feeling this as well. Know that you are not alone in this. But I really felt guided to take a walk outside. And at first, while I was walking, I felt really emotional. I felt a lot of heavy energy, but slowly I began to notice that my energy was lightening and almost like I was dropping into my heart space, expanding my heart and feeling this kind of clearing out of the density of the heaviness. But it's even more complex than that because what I was feeling is that heavy energy was actually fuel for a kind of divine fire that is radiating this kind of light. And there was this feeling of being so raw and vulnerable, but also so deeply authentic and connected with the energy of my own heart. And the reason I'm sharing this is because, again, a major theme here is transmutation. So when you are feeling that heaviness, rather than judging it, this eclipse is really inviting us to lean into the darkness, to sit with it, and to allow it to move through us. Now, just like that walk that I personally took, you might find some kind of activity that allows you to physically process out or transmute some of that energy. So that might be very beneficial to you, whether it's yoga, stretching, moving, walking, getting out into nature, grounding yourself, whatever that is for you personally, and those physical activities to support our physical vessel, our physical body in processing this energy. Those activities are going to be so beneficial and supportive to us, especially at this time. It's really important to nourish your body because this is the vessel, the vehicle through which that heavy energy is actually being transmuted. It's not just an energetic and emotional process, it's a physical process as well. So I am going to be shuffling the cards here, but there is just that phoenix energy coming out so strongly around this eclipse that you are the phoenix, that you are taking the darkness, the heaviness of your life and utilizing it as fuel for your divine fire. I'm also hearing a strong message about tying your soul's purpose, your life purpose, tying that together with your shadows, with perhaps where you've come from that may have been very dark or very heavy. So it's often said that we can find our soul's purpose through our own shadows. So, in a sense, by reading and becoming familiar with our own shadow side, we can uncover our soul's blueprint when it comes to the purpose of our lives. So, for example, if you were someone who was bullied when you were younger, who always felt like an outcast, someone that felt very rejected by the people around you and very alone, you might find that it's an integral part of your life purpose to be a voice for the voiceless, to be someone who speaks for those who are too disempowered at the moment to speak or to stand up for themselves. You also might find that you inspire others to accept their own unique nature, to embrace those parts of themselves that others may have rejected, because more than likely that is the path that you were on yourself. Now, of course, this is only one very specific example, and while it might be relevant for someone listening, know that this can apply in so many different ways. So I never really pull a Rumi Oracle card at the beginning of the readings. I typically pull a Rumi card at the end of the readings, but for some reason I am so strongly feeling that there is a Rumi message for us right here at the beginning of the video. And here we have it, you who show the way. It's so interesting that we were just talking in that specific example about you being an inspiration for others, inspiring them to embrace their unique nature, to accept the parts of themselves that others or society may have rejected. So maybe that really is not so isolated of an example as I was thinking. Maybe that relates really directly to someone listening. I am going to read a message from the guidebook. The number 333 is coming out very, very strongly around this eclipse as well. But what I'm picking up with that number is also divine protection. And the reason that divine protection is being highlighted is because, as many of you have noticed, there's also a lot of fear messaging and fear programming around this solar eclipse. So many people are generating messages that could be kind of preying on or pulling on your fears. And of course, fear is a very low vibrational energy. It's a very 3D based energy. And know that you are vibrating in the higher dimensions. Even if you do feel some of these lower vibrations, some of this heaviness coming up for you, even that is serving this higher divine purpose. And you are typically vibrating in very high levels of consciousness. And know that if you've been feeling a little concerned, especially around this eclipse, that you are always divinely protected and guided. You're really being asked to lean in to your heart and not your fears, as many people might be attempting to convince you to do at this time. So let's see what Rumi has to say here. The logical mind runs away from drowning. Lovers accept drowning in the sea as their destiny. The logical mind finds consolation in reaching a level of comfort in life. Lovers are focused beyond their own comfort. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, wow, okay, I really feel this is going to be a major connection point to everything we were just discussing. Even in your unquenchable passion for service to humanity, to the world that offers you so much, there is a time when your most powerful offering is actually and most simply that of your presence. You show the way, you who inspire through how you choose to live and be, you who sometimes think yourself to be invisible, you who consider yourself to be of no particular or exceptional worth. Yes, you. You who through your choice to live your truth, reveal my face, demonstrate my love, embody my presence, heal my beloveds, and love my creations. This oracle comes to you with a special message. You are an inspiration. You are helping those around you, and even many of whom you are unaware. You are doing this because this is your path. This is your way. This is your gift. To live a life dedicated to the growth of consciousness, and through that dedication, inspire others to receive the loving consciousness of the great beloved that can benefit them so greatly, no matter what their situation or circumstances. You are not doing this through any effort or will. You are doing this because this is your nature, your being, your way. Just as the sun breaks through darkness with its own light, shining light with its presence by simply being, so too does your inner sun, your soul. You don't have to understand this or do anything with the information given, although you may find it of comfort or even be shocked by it, pleasantly perhaps. It is just an acknowledgement of who and what you are, given freely because you are ready to receive such an acknowledgement. You are also being gifted through this oracle with a sign, a portent. This oracle is an omen, an issue too difficult for you to understand, no matter how hard you have been working on it, is about to be resolved. You have no need to hold on to it or become more worthy of that resolution. It is going to happen according to the grace of the great beloved, and your job is to allow it to happen, to simply bear witness to the resolution, even if you have no idea what is going on in the process. I typically don't read that in depth from the guidebook, but just like with so much of this reading, there is this energy guiding me in different directions than usual, but I feel it's for a reason. So just like I'm following the flow of that energy through this particular video, I feel that mirrors what's happening with us collectively in our lives as well. That there is this energy, this force, this divine force that might be pushing us in new or different directions, or possibly pushing us to change up the way that we are approaching our lives, our work, our routine, and we are being asked to follow the changes in that rhythm that we are being intuitively guided to, even if they don't fully make sense to our conscious, logical mind. I also just keep hearing something about nature. So if you are receiving this video, if you've aligned with this video today, this may be a powerful confirmation to get out into nature, whether it's simply sitting outside, going for a gentle walk, whatever it is for you. This will be so beneficial for helping you, supporting you in transmuting this energy at this time, because I am willing to say that if you've listened to this video this far, you are someone who's highly empathic and very sensitive to energies. So you are being more affected by what's happening astrologically and collectively on the planet at this time than most. So it is even more essential for you than for most people on the planet to be so nourishing and supportive to your system, to your physical body, and to your own emotional self at this time. I'm also hearing just allow things to pass through you emotionally energetically that may not make sense, your mind is going to have the tendency to want to jump up and grab onto things, whether it's emotional experiences, energies, memories coming up. But know that whatever is coming up is serving a purpose simply by being felt, experienced, and processed through your being. And it's not meant to be latched onto or to be logicked, for lack of a better word, for our conscious mind to jump in and try to make logical sense out of whatever we are thinking, feeling, or experiencing. Resist the urge to overanalyze at this time and really lean into the element of surrender instead. Now, you have two cards from the traditional tarot. These cards are the King of Wands and Five of Pentacles in the upright position. So what I'm getting here is that you are very much in this King of Wands energy, meaning you are being elevated to positions of visibility and power in the physical realm. You are being put in this position, or you soon will be, where you are going to be able to inspire even more individuals than you are at the present moment. And this is part of why you are so being asked to move with the flow of your life, because this elevation to a higher position spiritually, or even for some of you, this could look very visible in the material realm as well. This could be receiving a promotion, being pushed into the spotlight, being pushed to share your gifts in a more visible way. In some sense, regardless of how this is showing up for you, it's a very complex process spiritually and energetically, and you are being guided through it perfectly by your own intuition. There's no one else that can know the correct steps for you at this time, because what is taking place is so complex. It's really non-understandable from a logical human perspective, which is why you are being asked to truly surrender into it and to go with the flow of it. Now, ironically, with the Five of Pentacles, you might find certain moments of heavy energy, feeling in the dark, feeling even temporary hardship or challenges in your life. Some of you may have had some of these things come up either literally or energetically for you during this build-up to the solar eclipse on Monday. Know that this upheaval with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, although it might feel like delays or like disruption, again, whether that's taking place internally or externally, ultimately, there is something very high level happening here. I'm hearing a major metamorphosis is taking place. You might be feeling very alone, or maybe you are consciously feeling the need to isolate with the hermit mode. The number 9 might be connecting with you in some sense. The ego might be jumping in here with the Ace of Wands reversed, trying to get you to push ahead into some kind of action, or making you feel as though you are wasting time or wasting potential. So what this might look like is your soul is telling you to slow down, to sit with something, to go with the flow, to surrender. But your ego might be trying to jump in and control some of the upheaval taking place in your life, trying to control the process here, telling you that you're not moving fast enough or you're not doing enough. And once again, the message here is really to lean in and surrender to the knowing of the soul that is telling you that everything is unfolding for you. Again, you are being elevated into that King of Wands energy, into that position of spiritual and literal empowerment and visibility for the purpose of fulfilling your soul's mission here on earth in an even more powerful way, while at the same time inspiring so many others. I'm hearing millions of others to align with their truest version of themselves. So for some of you, that might mean that you are destined for the spotlight or to attract a very large following online or in the world. For others of you, those millions you are influencing, it may be the butterfly effect in the quantum realm that you may not even be able to fully consciously comprehend, meaning even if in the literal material world you don't feel as though you're inspiring millions of people, know that your choice is to heal yourself, to be the alchemist, the creator of your life, to manifest certain things into existence in your life, to take back your power. Those self-supportive positive action steps have this butterfly effect in the quantum realm where, yes, they are literally inspiring and uplifting millions of people through your emanation of this new energy that's affecting people in consciousness, because we're all connected through that web of collective consciousness. So don't underestimate the impact that your personal choices to move towards self-love and self-support are having, not just on people around you or even people you might be aware of, but far, far beyond the awareness of your conscious mind. We also have the Four of Wands upright. So this is such a beautiful card for a sense of belonging, for a celebratory time, for an era of prosperity. And I see you really becoming established in some kind of success or prosperity here, but also connecting with that Queen of Cups energy. So while you are coming into this era of stability and prosperity where you are inspiring these millions of people, at the same time with the Queen of Cups, you are doing it in a way where you are deeply and authentically in touch with your own emotional world. And I'm hearing that if you want to fast track your manifestations, the best way to do so is to stay deeply in touch and connected with your inner emotional world. So of course you could do this through meditation, through journaling, through mental exercises of really dropping into your heart space, getting in touch with what's happening emotionally within you, and really following the flow of those emotions, moving in directions that feel right for you and aligned for you in that authentic place within yourself. That is really going to fast track the effortless manifestation of this stability and this sense of prosperity in your life. Again, you are going about manifesting very differently from the norm, very differently from how society tells us to go about manifesting or creating in our lives. And at times, you might feel those old, outdated, or I should say outdated for you because your whole system has been upgraded. You've been, in a sense, ascending to higher levels of consciousness where those old programs no longer work, just like old computer programs trying to work on a newly updated 2024 as of this year computer. Those old programs, whereas they may have been super beneficial and functional on an outdated system, will no longer work for your system. Those are programs of fear, control, restriction, lack, force. You are now in an updated system that's very aligned with what we consider to be fifth dimensional consciousness, where the programs that are now going to work for you are unconditional love, freedom, flow, and surrender, just to name a few of those themes of those new working programs. Now, the thing is, there are many people who are still living with outdated systems, so to speak. So, whereas you might see those old programs still working for masses of the unconscious collective, do not be tempted to fall back into programs of limitation, lack, control, etc. Because again, your system has been updated, so those old programs will not work for you. You are leading the way. I mean, the Rumi Oracle card we pulled at the beginning literally was you who show the way. Allow yourself to fully embody the spiritual leader that you are. It's so funny how this reading has come full circle. And just like the energies around this solar eclipse, it's definitely been a very unique reading video as well. But I really hope that if you've been seeking a message, seeking some guidance or confirmation, that you received something you needed from the reading today. If so, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video. One of my favorite parts about this community we are creating here on YouTube is that Whereas many of us might feel alone in the physical 3D world, here through the channel virtually, we're able to create this mutually supportive, inspiring, and uplifting space where we can share our experiences and feel less alone on our spiritual path. So, if you do feel guided to be part of that, I would also love for you to subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Instagram as well at Magnetize Yourself. And I also want to share with you that I have recently launched an app in both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And the name of this app is Sound and Soulful. This has been such a passion project for me over the last several years because this is a subliminals app. And personally, even prior to starting this channel, I began meditating with subliminals, and it truly transformed my confidence, my sense of self-worth, my sense of clarity, my connectedness to my intuition, to the point that I really became unrecognizable to people who had known me my whole life. And not only that, but I also found myself on this track of beginning to manifest things that my heart had desired for so long, but in a way that was really in alignment with my core soul nature. And I want the same for you as well. And subliminals have been such an amazing tool for me. So I am now sharing them through my app. I do have over 130 subliminals currently in the app, and I am going to be continuing to add more of them as we move forward into the future. So stay tuned for that as well. But again, the name of the app is Sound and Soulful. You can find it by searching either of the app stores, but I'll also be leaving a direct link to it in the pinned comment underneath the video, so you can access the direct download link from the pinned comment if you are interested in learning more about it. Essentially, subliminals are designed to deeply reprogram your subconscious mind, and I really believe that's why I saw such powerful results from them as opposed to other manifestation techniques, because research shows, as many of us know, that the subconscious mind is really the driver of our manifestations, that at least 90 to 95% of our lives essentially are driven by what's happening in the subconscious mind. So subliminals are this powerful way to almost hack into your own subconscious, reprogram it with positive magnetic affirmations, and manifest more quickly in your own life. So specifically for this reading, if you're looking for a subliminal to get started with, I would really recommend my 7 chakra clearing subliminal and also my subliminal for Ultimate Alchemist Transformation. Specifically, the Ultimate Alchemist Transformation subliminal will really help you to manifest very comprehensively in all areas of your life to really become magnetic for the things you desire in many different areas of life. So again, the name of the app is Sound and Soulful, and the link to it is in the pinned comment that I'll be leaving under the video. But I really just want to close this reading by saying a huge thank you to all of you here listening. I can feel and sense all of you. I know that each of you, being very intuitive, can sense the support from this community as well. And it's just such a beautiful and remarkable thing to be able to connect in this way virtually. So thank you for being a co-creator here, and I hope that you are finding ways to love and support yourself during this very energetically intense time. But I will be leaving this video here. Have a magnificent, wonderful, magical remainder of your day, and as always, I will connect with you here again in the next video.